Hey everybody, welcome back to IP Farms. Well, it's another day here, Saturday, April the 14th, I do believe. We're going down the road right now, headed to my house to deliver something for my wife. You might have seen in the last video, full-length video that you watched, what was sitting on a little trailer behind the service truck. I didn't mention it then, but I'll mention it now. For lack of better words, we'll just say happy wife, happy life. I have the best, better half, in my opinion, ever. She doesn't require a whole lot. I promised her last season that I would buy her a metal-sided homemade pool, if you will. There's a lot of people that we know around my area that do this with these big 700-gallon water troughs. I put a 1.5-inch sand filter pump on it and paint the inside and use it for a pool. So she loves to lay out in the sun and then have a little something to get in out of the heat with, which is water supply. And the inflatable ones work great, but neighborhood cat like to poke holes in them, so we had that issue last year. Well, I failed to realize just exactly how expensive they are, but we made it and found one used up in Virginia. It was about 2 hours away. Talked my buddy into taking his pickup up there. Kind of hung over the sides a little bit, but we made it, safe trip. So it was on the trailer the other day, and I told her I needed to get the trailer unhooked and get some other stuff delivered, so told her I'd bring it home today. So that's what we're doing, but definitely stick around. There's going to be a lot more hands-on work today, hopefully on the 1086, and explain a little bit about that. My buddy's not with me today, so we should get a lot more footage. I'm not going to get as much work done, but we should get more footage. So stay tuned, guys. We'll see what we can come up with. All right, well, we got those errands finished up, pool dropped off, a couple other things picked up I needed. Back to the farm now. Beautiful already. Hot, goodness, man, it got hot quick this morning. Had to break out the neck garb and the big hat because I'm getting ready to be out in the sun with the 1086, but thought I'd stroll down here in the bottom and see how the fields are looking for the hay to kind of give me some kind of idea on, how soon I need to get everything ready on that aspect. Oh wow, backfired. Hopefully you can hear me. We're on the old trusty Easy Go here. But like I said, the 1086 is all about the plowing and possibly a little bit of seeding, which needs to come first. But if this hay is getting too, or grass is getting too high, and I need to cut it, then we'll go ahead and get the rake and everything situated. But got to prioritize. I got a mentor behind the scenes that keeps me in line, thank goodness. But let's see what this all looks like, guys. All right, we got you turned around on the selfie stick here. Not too bad. It's growing quite a bit. Sprouted up really since the last rain we had. Substantial rain about a week ago. We had 4 or 5 inches of rain. Tell you, it's really growing good over there in the wet spot. I guess where I've worked that dirt up so much, the grass is kind of outgrowing the weeds. It really looks better over there than everywhere else. But okay, well, let me go to the front field and the donkey pasture, check it, and then we'll get back up there and get the 1086 out. Well, it looks pretty good. Not near as high as what I thought, like I said, so we're good on that sense. You've all seen where I made the plow run, and this little area on top of the hill here is what I'm planning on planting. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but you can see where the grass is brown there, and then as you come down the hill, it starts getting back to lush green. I've never worked any of this down towards the fence line, so I'm hoping to work it all the way down to the wood line there and have that little section on the hill planted in something to see if it'll grow. And then this field is about the same, so we got a couple more weeks probably. Sounds good. All right, let's go get to work. All right, guys, real quick, you can see the difference between that wheel and tire combo and this wheel and tire combo. Okay, basically in a nutshell, this tire and wheel is on the outside ring, this tire and wheel is on the inside ring. The distance that the centers are on the axles are within about 1/4 to 1/2 inch, so they're about right. Now the center line of the tractor out to this tire right now is right around 26. Center line from here out over there is about 29 and a half. So my plow book calls for 28 or 30-inch wheel spacing to set everything up. Everybody that I've talked to, my mentors, told me between 28 and 31 inches. So that's what we're going to shoot for. I'm hoping I can get that wedge bolts loose from the center to the rim and get that moved somehow. Then we've got to address the 3-point arms here. I'll tell you about that, and sway blocks. Stay tuned. I have no idea how I'm going to keep this tire and wheel from falling. Never done this before. But it's got to be easier moving that wheel and the axle. Got to be. Plus it'll satisfy my OCD after all these years. If you can hear me, I don't know what I'm doing, but it's got little notches here on certain parts of the wheel, and they're not the same as far as the bolt holes. So having to move the center to get them lined back up, it looks like there's just 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. I don't know why there's none on the bottom, but so they're offset. This was the one on the outside and there's one over there, so I'm trying to get it to where everything lines up over that notch. I guess I'm about right there actually. All right, well, I got the top one started, the one that's got the nubs in it. Don't really know if I'm doing this right or wrong, but kind of trial and error here. Let's see. Got one over here for some reason it's not right. Oh, that must have been a test piece. You guys probably can't see nothing but my head. I'm just going to explain a minute. I did get it figured out, so let me get all of them started up, and I'll get Dad's tractor cut off and I'll bring you back. Well guys, that was a whole lot less painful than what I anticipated. So we got my measurements right. We're at 29 and almost 3/4 now. So I think I'm in the happy medium there. Actually, they both pretty much line up. So I guess somebody had just done what I did and had that wheel dished around the wrong way for whatever reason, I don't know. But I want to show you guys the boom pole. I don't know if you can see that on the other camera, but look at that thing. It has seen its better days. I was a little leery of it, but we tested it before we took anything loose. Tried to move the old disc plow with that boom pole one time behind this 1086 here, and you see the weak point. But anyway, now we got to move on to the 3-point arms. They're froze up. I don't think they've been twisted in my lifetime, if not more. I put a wrench on it the other day just for giggles, and it wouldn't even budge. So we'll work on that a little bit, bring you along for that. After that, we got to work on the sway block situation. Once we get that finished, I got one more surprise coming for the 1086. So stay tuned for that. And then I think then, guys, we'll be ready completely to sink the plow in the ground and go after it. But let's see what we can do with these arms. Okay, well, we've encountered our first problem. This one is free on the bottom, which is a good sign. The top is froze up, so I'm gonna have to work on that. And the one over there at you guys is welded on the bottom. That's not good. Not good at all. So I guess I'm gonna try to pull the top loose on it too and see if I can get it to turn. Break this one loose, break that one loose. This one has to be adjusted. I think you're supposed to run that one all the way down as low as it'll go, and then depending on the depth you want to plow, I think you raise this one up or down so it levels everything up. But I don't have enough, I don't think, to raise this one up where that one is, so I'm gonna have to get that one lowered somehow. May end up having to cut that weld and run the piece all the way out and re-weld it. I don't want to do that, but maybe what we have to do. All right, let me see what I can come up with and I'll bring you back. All right, guys, there it is. I ended up swapping sides with them. Could not get the one over here to move whatsoever. We had the bottom one there loose and moving, so I swapped sides so that I could run this one down. I've got them 2 inches difference at this point. That's what I've been told is about right for what I'm doing. I'm not sure if the top of that turnbuckle it moves or if this just adjusts at the bottom. It's really weird because they've got a bolt up here and it's almost like they want you to pull that bolt or pin out and then pick up on the lift arm, which would take the head of this right here up out of that slot and let it spin freely, and then your threads are on the bottom, because this one was welded on the bottom, nothing on the top. I don't know, you international guys can tell me about that. We'll run around here and put this cylinder on, show you guys that, and then we're gonna wrap this video up, I think. All right, guys, we got the cylinder on. Got it back in the shop, completely rebuilt, new rod, everything, works like a charm. It is a little bit different length, I'll show you. Not much, probably about 2 or 3 inches in the body of the cylinder. Said it was an oddball rod. He had to machine that out instead of ordering one, so that definitely costs more. But we got everything back together now. Tail wheel assembly, factory cylinder. We'll do something with the coulters, like I said, this fall probably. We've got the hydraulic line situated. I got the turnbuckle up there that I need to do something with, but I've got an extra cylinder now, so I may end up putting a hydraulic cylinder up there just to adjust it, to be able to have the ease of adjustment in the field. It's not going to be anything this spring as far as much plowing, but when we get to doing it this fall, you know, I want to have everything dialed in best I can. So let me get back around front here, and we'll probably just wrap this up and call it good with some repairs and getting ready to sink this plow in the ground for real this time. All right, I believe we're gonna wrap this up and call it good. Very productive day. Got a lot done on 1086 for preparations to pull that plow further than 100 feet. I still got my fingers crossed that I can get the ground worked up and get it leveled out and get something in the ground before it gets too late. I'll swing for the fences hopefully, but wheel adjustment went well. 3-point arms are okay. Got to do something about the sway blocks, get it hooked up hopefully one day this week, see what happens. We got the cylinder back on. I got the wife's pool at home, got a couple more things picked up, checked the fields. I didn't show you this one, but I do have a small field out here that grows just pristine grass that has forever. And my dad wants me to cut it and bale it for Jack for this, to keep for this winter. He says he didn't like the hay that we cut last year, which Jack is kind of picky, but he wants me to cut it, so that's what we're going to do. That'll probably be before anything else because it's already up knee high pretty much. But you know, had one of my mentors mention behind the scenes it'd be good to go ahead and cut it before it seeds out, since I'm not putting any fertilizer or anything on like that with the weeds and whatnot. But we're gonna see what we can get into. It's been a long day, but I enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys did too. A little bit more hands-on, just moving some junk around. I don't know what I'm doing all the time, trial by fire, so bear with me on that. Don't roast me too bad in the comments. But I do appreciate all the input and advice and the knowledge that you guys share with me about all this that you've been through before. It really helps a lot, keeps me going. So if any of you is interested in any merchandise or apparel or anything, check it out, Mad Moose Designs, IP Farms. I'll put the link in the description, and we'll see what happens over the next couple of days, guys. I'm pretty tired. I'm gonna roll home and see what the wife's doing, hopefully go get something to eat and call it good. We'll be back up here first of the week. So till then, thank you.